Hey guys, this week's video is dedicated to all our brothers and sisters in the land of Israel. It's just over a week till Pesach, so if you haven't made your Pesach plans, don't wait. Come join us, let us know. As well as we have handmade shmur matzah, so if you're going to be having your Seder somewhere, even if you're traveling out of town, please reach out to us. We have handmade shmur matzah. It's a beautiful thing to have it at the Pesach Seder, and we have some for you, so let us know. In general, people like to put their experiences into one or two categories. This was a good experience or this was a bad experience. Now, obviously, life is more complex and more nuanced than that. And very few things in life we can just simply, compartmentalize either good or bad. There's usually a little more texture to it, right? The things that have the greatest risk, many times also have the potential for the greatest reward. Things that a deep emotional experience has the potential to be deeply traumatizing, or it could have been profoundly inspiring, right? There's usually more to it. And we see that play out in this week's Torah portion. In this week's Torah portion, Tazria, we have the concept of tzaras. Tzaras was a spiritual rash, a spiritual blemish that came about. It was usually white in color or green in color, and it would appear either on the person's skin or on their house or on their possessions. And the Torah goes into great detail into how this was diagnosed and how this was treated. Now, Rashi, the foremost commentary on the Torah, gives two explanations for this condition. The first one is well known, is that this was a consequence of gossip. Somebody who would gossip, this was a warning to them that they're gossiping. But then Rashi gives a second explanation that's very different. And he says that the nation of the Amorites used to live in Israel, and they used to hide their treasures in the walls of the homes. And when the Jewish people came into the land and were living there, this was a way of discovering those treasures in the wall, was by having the tzaras appear on the walls. And then they would have to knock down the wall, and they would discover this huge treasure. And it's like, wait, so is it a good thing or a bad thing? Was tzaras a punishment, or is it a good thing? Like, Rashi's giving two very different explanations. And like most things in Judaism, it's both. The Torah is teaching us the power of the spoken word. There are very few things in the world that are as powerful as the spoken word. It has the power to destroy people, reputations, relationships, but it also has the power to build connection, empathy, teaching, knowledge. That is the power of words. And the Torah is teaching us, don't just focus on not gossiping. That's step one. Not speaking negatively, that's important. But that's just step one. Realize the power you have with words to do positive. Don't just stay away from speaking negatively. Use actively your power of speech to build, to connect with people, to empathize, to build relationships, to teach, to learn with each other. In those ways, the Torah is telling us you're discovering the treasure that is the spoken word. Shabbat Shalom.